Hello there guys and girls, this is the Push Prince with the first Total War Attila tournament match. It's going to be the Scourge of God tournament hosted by Maximus Decimus Meridius. Do check out his channel, I'm going to leave a link in the description. But anyway, this is a round 1 match of his Flash tournament. It is on planes. We have Armenian King of Ichel clan playing as the Alans, and Wingman of NNS playing as the Saxons. So should be an interesting one for sure. Let me put it in slow motion and then I can go over the builds. So for the Alans we have, or no, the Alans are over here. Anyway, I'm gonna go over the Saxons first, I guess. Let's see, Saxons have one Nordic spearman unit on each flank. Then we see 2 Nordic spearmen up front over here. So 4 in total, it seems. We also have 4 Nordic hurlers, a sword contingent of, let's see, 2, 3. So 3 Nordic warriors and 2 elite Nordic warriors. The elite ones are on the flanks. Then we have his Nordic raid leader general. He is a brace general. On his left flank we see 3 cav units. He has a Saxon Lancer, Nordic Horse Lords, and Saxon Mounted Warband. On his right flank, however, he has Saxon Lancers, Nordic Horse Lords, and Saxon Mounted Warband. So that is basically the army of the Saxons. Pretty decent setup, I should say. Maybe maybe too many skirmishes, but overall it is decent. I don't know about bringing 4 slingers. They're cheap though, I guess. So for Armenian King, let's see what he has brought us. The Alans has 2 Sarmatian Cataphract archers. These guys, in the current meta, they are not too useful, because it's mostly about rushing, and these guys, I mean, it's hard for them to even do damage to units. As for the rest of his cav, he has 1 elite Sarmatian Cataphract on his right, 1 on his left. In terms of melee contingent, he does have some noble Germanic horsemen, 3 of those. These are pretty strong units. And of course his Alani General Bronze 3 with Rally. In terms of his mainline contingent, it is quite interesting. Again, 1 Germanic Spearman on each flank. We see 2 noble Germanic swordsmen on his left, and then 4 Sarmatian warbands. So his main line is again quite strong, but let's hit play and see how the battle ensues, because I do like the mainline contingent of Alans more. I think it's more cost effective than what the Saxons have. But we'll see. I mean, these units could basically lose the game for the Alans. See if that's going to be the case though. So we see Nordic hurlers already coming up to skirmish against the Cataphract archers. These guys have 0 AP though, so they're going to be quite useless in that regard. So now we see Armenian King moving up, but this is a mistake, I feel. He has to wait for his Cataphract horse archers to do damage. Otherwise it's just not going to work for him. These guys finally starting to fire, but they're not doing a lot of damage. These Nordic hurlers are being more annoying than doing much. And they have quite low ammo. But here comes Armenian King. He tries to go for a charge, but he actually goes for a charge, but only part of the unit gets in. It does, however, get a lot of javelins into his unit, so we'll see if this is worth it. And he doesn't get the best charges either. Here he does get a nice charge into the elite Nordic warriors. Also gets his cav into this Nordic warrior and pulls out, so this is very good by Armenian King. He's gonna break through the center quite easily, but there are Nordic horse lords over here. And look at how quickly the Sarmatian warband is dying to Saxon Lancers and Nordic Horse Lords support. Here elite Sarmatian Cataphracts doing well against Saxon Mounted Warband, and the Germanic Spearmen over here. But again, like such good cav for the Saxons.
Enemy units have returned to the battle.
More cost-effective units, and we can see here that the Nordic leader is actually coming into battle, and all these cavalry units are now free to roam around and destroy the rear of Saxons. Again, frontal charges with these Alani cav units not really the best. This charge is going to be really good though. It might start breaking units, but the center of the Alans has already been broken, so this is not good at all. Ooh, and this noble Germanic swordsman is off the field right now. Sarmatian warband here getting charged by Saxon lancers, going to take a lot of damage. The Funditores are caught by Sarmatian cataphract archers. The cataphract archers will of course win. And somehow Germanic spearmen crushing Nordic spearmen, I guess. That is interesting. So decisively, I mean. So the general of the Alani is dead, but yeah, it's not going to be too good for the Alans. Another charge into the Nordic raid leader. This is going to do a lot of damage, and it doesn't matter right now if he loses this unit because it's basically his general is already dead, so might as well use his general. But yeah, I don't know, just these cataphract archers, not really cost effective. He's going to break through over here with noble Germanic horsemen, and his noble Germanic swords will do well against the Nordic raid leaders, but overall his composition was a bit strange, I guess. I preferred the Saxon one more. These guys will wreck the Nordic hurlers, and the Nordic hurlers actually have a decent amount of kills, despite there not being much they could shoot at. So that is interesting.
They're not done yet.
Noble Germanic swordsmen here are going to be off the field. Also this noble Germanic horse unit. So let's zoom in here and watch these noble Germanic swordsmen get completely stomped. So yep, not looking good for the Alans. Looks like the Saxons will grab victory today. And a lot of units left for the Saxons. It is a Pyrrhic victory though. Let's see the statistics. Saxons brought more spears than the Alans. So even the cataphract horse archers, they actually got 104 kills, but just keep in mind that they killed Nordic hurlers in melee, so that's not really worth it. These Nordic hurlers actually got a surprising amount of kills considering all the armored units they were up against. We see that the Cav contingent did quite well for the Saxons. As for the Alans, this unit did alright, and these units did kind of okay, I guess. But look at his Sarmatian warband. Not really great. But I mean, even these elite Nordic warriors, they are so expensive and not cost efficient, but the Nordic raid leaders, so much damage was done. And again, the Nordic horse lords, Saxon lancers, so much damage with these cavalry units. I feel like these guys, despite the kills, were not cost effective. Noble Germanic horsemen are actually kind of expensive. This unit did alright though, but again, cataphract horse archers, I think that's the big problem in the Alani build. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, share the video. I shall see you next time.